Good morning. It is 7:12 a.m. on Friday, November 3rd, 2017. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I think I've got just about everything ready for Extra Life tomorrow. I went grocery shopping. I think I've got everybody's character sheets set up. I have a couple of people where we're just finalizing what times they're going to play. Um, I have time to do a little bit more preparation, I think, for the adventure, but that's all optional at this point because I can just wing it in the moment if necessary. But yeah, it's going to be awesome, and I'm very excited. I was feeling a little anxious about it yesterday, but a couple of new pledges came in. That helped a lot. I'm actually, as of this recording, only $30 away from the $500 goal. So if we can beat that goal before the game even starts, then maybe we add a stretch goal for during the game itself. Anyway, so I'm feeling a little bit less anxious now that I've got some of the planning kind of locked in. I did discover something a little bit disconcerting yesterday, though, which was something I had heard about sort of in passing but hadn't placed into context with anything that might affect me, which is Facebook's various algorithms. And part of my anxiety, there had been a little bit of anxiety about the number of posts that I had put out with the donation link, but feeling like they weren't getting the same amount of interaction as a lot of my normal posts do. Not that I get a ton all the time, but I was getting less than usual. And so there's part of my anxiety is coming from like, oh, do people not care? Are people all pledged out? That might be fair. Do they not care? Are they not into this? Is there something I need to do differently? But then when I posted, made myself a little bit vulnerable with a tweet just talking about my anxiety there. And all of a sudden that post didn't include the link, and all of a sudden that post got the feedback again. Now, to some extent, I'm thinking, oh well, I don't want people thinking I'm just fishing for reassurance. Although I won't say that didn't constitute some percentage of what was going on there. It's a coping mechanism. What I realized, though, is that a lot of people weren't seeing all of my posts with the donation link. So that's frustrating. I gather that there are two explanations for this happening. Well, let's say three, and we can imagine that it's a combination of all three, right? One is the completely just fatalistic thing of it's just possible that, the post goes out and no one happens to see it at that time because they're just not looking at social media at that time, and then by the time they look, the feed of time has passed them by. But there are two more reasons. One is that some sort of an algorithm on Facebook's part sees me making more than one post with the same link and assumes it must be spam and therefore deprioritizes it. Now, you could see how in some respects that could be a noble thing in the sense of let's try to reduce spam that people see, but at the same time, I don't want Facebook to do that without asking me. You know what I mean? It's like I'm following the feeds of my friends, like the people whose stuff I want to see. And if I don't want to see something, I can mute it or unfollow or do any of those things. I don't really want Facebook to decide on my behalf what constitutes something I don't want to see. But here's the other thing. I happen to know that one of the things you can do with Facebook is you can pay them to have them prioritize your posts. And so the short version of this is that several people told me when I explicitly made a post to ask this question, have you been seeing me make these posts with the donation link? And several people said they don't see them, or they don't see all of them. And that's irritating. But at the same time, it's a little bit of a relief to understand that that might be part of what's happening. And so maybe I can work around it. But in the end, the whole conversation got a couple new pledges to come in. So, it's good. And we're just about ready. It's going to be a great adventure. I am excited, and I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes. And when I do, it will be only a few short hours away from the start of the marathon. So talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.